Hey, it's Andrew with Gamer's Guide to Life, and I'm here in the Reverb station with Greg. We're going to be looking at Girl Fight. Good to meet you, sir.
And you as well.
How's things been going?
Very well. We have a lot of titles here that a lot of people are coming to see, and couldn't really go any better. So we're pretty happy about that.
So how about Girl Fight?
Girl Fight is it's a casual fighter that kind of bridges the connections for people who maybe want to get into deeper fighter games, but kind of need that entry point.
The extra point being an all-female cast, is that right?
Yeah. It's reminiscent kind of DOA, and we were trying to think of how do you present a game that's simple in a way that other people would understand that it's simple, and we said Girl Fight. It is what it is.
All right. So as far as the fighting mechanics go, does it actually represent the mechanics that we see in Dead or Alive?
I oftentimes compare it actually to Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. It's
really?
It's kind of free flow combat. So instead of actually having predetermined combos, whatever kind of momentum that you have going, your character will kind of go with the flow and change things as they go along.
Gotcha. So, like in Dead or Alive, when you get kicked up against a wall, you can inflict massive damage that way. If you have that momentum in Girl Fight, how do you sort of stifle that? Does a little exclamation mark come up and you press Y and you do a suplex?
Well, you can block and there are counters, and it's a little bit easier to block in this game. It's just the circle or B button. So the only thing that you really have to worry about in that sense is are you blocking high, low, middle, and it gets extra tricky when you get the PSYAMPs involved. And the PSYAMPs, basically the story of the game is that these women are in this virtual reality testing their mental strength. And there's one PSYAMP, for example, that turns you invisible, and it makes it really hard to see where the punches are coming from, so blocking it becomes really difficult. Gotcha.
So these special abilities, they're unique to each character, or is it something that you can sort of tag with each individual person?
They are interchangeable, and that way we can allow people to try different characters and find something that they're most comfortable with, but then again find abilities that they like the most and kind of swap things and kind of build their character to what their preference may be.
So what's your roster like? How many characters?
There's 8 women, and there's the magic number being 8, the 8 abilities, and 8 arenas.
Oh, wow.
And they range from Daisy, for example, is kind of a wrestler. She does a lot of throws and kind of does this belly flop thing and takes people down. And my favorite is Viper. She's into ninjutsu, and she wears the blindfold and a representative of her storyline that you can actually break down with the points that you earn.
Gotcha. Is there any kind of environmental damage? Can you sort of ring people out in this game?
There aren't ring outs, but you can smash somebody against the virtual environment, and it's really cool. A sort of grid pattern comes up, and will allow them to kind of smash against the wall and fall and tumble and ragdoll and all that good stuff.
Excellent. Is there anything? This doesn't strike me as a particular violent game besides female and female violence of the utmost degree. But is there any kind of fatalities that we see like Mortal Kombat? Any kind of move that will just take you out?
Not so much of that. I mean, it's actually being that it's digital, it's a little bit more accessible than that. So there are some great ways to take people out that when you punch them otherwise they maybe just are a little bit taken back, but when you get that final hit sometimes you get that ragdoll effect and they just float all over the stage, and it can be kind of amusing at times too. But
are there any kind of super meters where you can sort of enhance the one move that you do, almost like in Street Fighter?
Mm-hmm. Well, our kind of response to that would be the PSYAMPs instead of instantaneous abilities, like which there are a few. For example, the instantaneous ones might be slamming the ground and knocking people down, but there are status effects. So like for one of them is you start on fire and you burn your body a little bit as you're going along, but you do a lot more damage. And to earn those attacks, you have to get in a lot of good combos and build your meter up so that you can use those.
All right, so we've got to ask. So there's 8 characters, but it's an all-female cast. How many costumes are we talking about here?
Each of them has 3 different ones, and you can actually unlock concept art that gets like really racy. And it was a lot of fun putting those in. We were a little bit shy about that at first, but they're kind of fun and show where the vision, where it starts and where it ends.
Is it an M-rated title?
It is.
Oh, there you go. You have your answer. So when can we expect this to hit?
Right now, we're just looking at getting it submitted and cleaning up the bugs. I'm thinking somewhere in the summer. It's a little bit tough to say, but definitely coming soon.
Great. So we'll see it this year. Do you have any kind of price point for us?
I can We haven't announced it, but I can say it's well under $20, so definitely affordable.
Great to hear. Thank you so much. Looking
And thank
forward
you.
to playing this game.
Oh, for sure.